Right, we are live. Good afternoon, everybody. It is afternoon, isn't it? Yes, 12:20. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the first of, I think, 15 live streams this week. There may be slightly more, there may be slightly less, but this is the first one. And welcome to a week off work for me, where I have taken the week off from my paid job of creating board game videos to create board game videos. The difference is, for those of you that don't know, none of the videos this week are sponsored. They have mostly been voted on by my Patreon supporters, but some of them are my choice. And today's videos are going to be Quartermaster General East Front, followed by Quartermaster General South Front. So for those of you tuning in now, thank you very much for joining me. We were supposed to be going live at 11 o'clock. Unfortunately, and the reason why Gary is here, is Bill's not here yet. Billy's on his way here. Bill left at like whatever time this morning, but there has been a very, very big accident on the M5, and Billy's having to wind his way through the streets of Somerset in order to get here. So it's just me for now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep you entertained. We're going to set up the game, and then when Bill gets here, we're going to play. If you're watching this video live, obviously you can't skip forward in time because that's not how physics works. But if you're watching this video back afterwards and you think, I don't want to watch Paul setting up the game and talking to a ghost, there will be a timestamp. There will be a timestamp for when Bill gets here, and we will start playing. But yes, if you're here now, take it easy, put your feet up, and we're going to be setting up Quartermaster General East Front. So I'll tell you a little story about my history with this game. I didn't even know this game existed until I spotted it on Board Game Arena, and I feel a bit bad because the game came out in 2023. I have a good relationship with Ares Games, and I've covered a few of their games in the past. I like the Quartermaster General series of games. I've never covered any of the actual, the main games on the channel, but I am also a fan of Ian Brody, the designer, because he's also the designer of the War of the Ring card game. And Ian, hopefully, is joining us at some point today. It's very early in the morning for Ian, so if you are here, Ian, thank you very much for joining us. But anyway, so a bit of a fan of Ian's. And then suddenly I saw on Board Game Arena Quartermaster General East Front, and I was like, oh, what's this? Oh, it's a two-player version of Quartermaster General. I'll look into this, and it turns out the actual physical game came out in 2023. So East Front is available on Board Game Arena if you want to play it. I have played the physical game. Have I actually played the physical game? I don't think I have. I've not played this physical version of the game. But anyway, this came out in 2023. South Front came out earlier this year. And next year, West Front is coming out. And you can combine all three of them together for one big, epic 5-6 player game. Or, well, certainly a 5 or 6 hour game. I don't know how many players. And yeah, we're going to be setting up the game. So if you know the Quartermaster General series, you know that they are World War II themed games. If you don't know the Quartermaster General series, they're World War II themed games. Generally speaking, they are for 6 players. And what they did is that they managed to fit like a 6-player World War II game into 2 hours. Card driven, and the cards have different effects on the game, and it is asymmetric in the fact that each of the nations has a different deck. But this is, I think it's fair to say that the Quartermaster General, the 2-player series, is a more complicated version of the main game, the 6-player game. I remember playing Quartermaster General and various iterations of it, and it being relatively simple. And I think this is more complicated. Not by much. South Front, however, South Front is quite a bit more complicated, and we may struggle a little bit this afternoon with that one. I do have some experience with it, and hopefully Bill's read through the rules for South Front, but we will see. I'm just going to check an update. Bill's checking in. Let's see where he is. Bill said, decided not to come, gone to play Talisman in... No, wait a minute. No, different message. Bill says... Oh, he's here. Oh, perfect. Bill's arriving. He's got here. Right, excellent. So, while I'm finished setting up... Yeah, so that's basically delay things long enough, and you'll get in. So, what I'm going to do is, while Bill is... I assume he's just going to come straight in. I think the front door's unlocked. So we're going to zoom in as much as we can so that you can see all of the detail. And I think me and Bill will play our cards like here. Something like that. Yeah. So I'll just message him and say, oh, I've said, I'm going live now. Come in when you're here. So yeah, Bill will be here any moment now. And we don't know who's going to be playing which side. So I will set the board up and then we'll decide who's playing what side. We might actually want to... Yeah, so if I'm playing Germany, I probably want to be here with Bill playing Russia. So if I'm playing Russia, we probably want to turn it like that. Okay, so we'll decide when he gets here which side he's playing. So one of the interesting things with this game, and this isn't a sponsored video, I should say, this video is not sponsored. In fact, none of the videos this week have been sponsored, which is why it's a week off work. And I am donating all of the advertising revenue, as always, to charity. So a big thank you to everybody for watching, because your view equates to 0.001 pence, but it all goes to charity. So thank you very much for that. And a big thank you to all of my Patreon supporters for funding the channel and allowing me to have the financial flexibility to take this week off from the paid work in order to produce this content. And if you want to support me directly, patreon.com/gaming rules is the best way to do that. So one of the interesting things with this game, even though it's 2-player, is that the player controlling the Axis actually has 2 different factions. They have the Germans and they have the Pact. The Pact is made up of various nations that were assisting Germany during World War II. That sounds like a Bill. Here he is.
Oh.
He's here.
Oh, yeah.
We are live.
Well, if my
How long did it take you? 4 hours?
3.5 hours.
Oh, dear.
If my military machine behaves in an inefficient manner.
We'll get Gary out of the way.
So I'm very sorry, everyone.
No. It's the M5.
Oh.
It's funny because me and Vicky always say, whenever we're doing a long journey, we check the traffic beforehand, right? We always say that, and we never do. And we get in the car and we get on the M5 and we're like, oh, it's closed.
I know.
Why didn't we check the traffic? So we haven't learned from it.
I made 2 50-50 decisions and both went wrong.
Oh, right. Where did you go?
Well, because I came off the M5, just I was getting information from the radio saying, oh, it might clear in half an hour. Information from 2 apps saying, no, you've got to get off, you've got to get off.
Okay.
So I went off, but then, of course, the M5 cleared. But by
Did
then,
it clear? Oh, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
but by then I was just stuck in Yatton.
Yeah.
Which is not a nice place.
Apologies to anybody from Yatton.
Yes. But it would be lovely if there was no traffic there.
So the M5 is now clear.
The M5 is now fine.
Right,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So your experience with this game is...
So I've played the original, so the six player
one of the Quartermaster generals.
at GridCon.
Yeah.
Which was great. And I watched your playthrough
Of Southfront.
of Southfront.
Oh, God.
And then, but I
All of that.
I also had a little look at Eastfront, so I've got the basic idea.
Okay.
So it's the right.
So what we'll do is we'll turn it that way.
So I know there's a supply component, and we've
Yes.
got those cards that are permanently available that you can use once and then
So
flip.
what I was just saying is the Axis forces are divided into 2 factions. The dark grey pieces are the Germans. The light grey pieces are the Pact. We can't quite see those, so we probably want to put them here, maybe.
Okay.
Now, you're on the same side, but when you attack with one of them. So if there's shared pieces in a space,
Right.
you can't attack with both of those. They act as separate factions. But when I attack you, they defend as one. So that's one of the peculiarities. We definitely got caught out with that in Southfront because a lot of the cards can only be played if they refer to the faction of the piece. Something like that. So if it was a retreat card, I can't quite remember, but we'll get to that later.
Right,
it can only be played if it matches the faction. So the cards. We have mid-war cards, we have late-war cards, we have a round counter, which is here. So we start off in the summer of 1941. The late cards get added here, because this is already a couple of years into the war. So we have some late cards that we add here. And effectively, we're trying to get as many points as we can. We track the points around the outside of the board. You only score points in the scoring rounds, which is here, 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 and here. And after each round, if one side is 10 or more points ahead, that's it.
So it's got the ends to win, yeah.
So yeah, it's game end early. And the last time I played, I won here because the person I was playing against, Chris, had never played before. And I just put up a really resilient defense as Russia.
Well, I imagine historically, I suppose the Germans are looking for an early win with a big advance to begin with, and then as the late war comes in, the Russians are going to get more powerful, I assume.
Well,
That's the...
so the way that it works, the way you get your points is when the scoring happens, it's for each of these stars that you are in control of. So if you're in control of a star in the scoring phase, you get a point. And at the start of the game, Russia has more stars. So Germany has to advance. It has to push in, because if it doesn't, Russia will just win. But Germany has the stronger forces.
So what my grandmother said to me as I was bouncing on her knee as a child when she said the secret to true happiness in life is to never start a land war in Asia.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to here,
And
aren't I?
what was the other one? Don't start a war on two fronts?
That's right. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Other famous phrases.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, you can see here, some of these cards are Germany, and some of them are packed.
Right, got
And
it.
the ones that are packed refer to packed. And I think, and we'll just check this in the rules, but I believe you could only play this as a reaction when you're attacking with packed.
Gotcha.
And we'll ask the
that
chat
makes
if the chat knows the answer to
That's
that.
right, of course. You've got the reactions here as well, haven't
You got
we?
reactions.
Which you can play it in
Yeah,
another person's... If the situation
It's multi-use cards.
corresponds.
And
Yeah.
the cards have
Yeah.
3 uses. You can use them for the effect on the card. You can use them as a reaction. And then there are also, have a reference sheet,
Yes, thank
there
you.
are also actions that you can do which you just discard cards.
Gotcha.
And when you discard cards to do those actions, you actually discard them face down. Because once players know the game,
Yeah, of course.
you shouldn't see what the other player's actually discarding.
No, I can see that with these games. It's a bit like Twilight
Twilight
Struggle.
Struggle, exactly.
The more you learn the cards, the more skillful the game becomes
Yes.
in a way. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I remember when I
really
was
liked that.
I was taught Twilight Struggle by a friend called Eric, who was at GridCon, and this is going back. It's before I moved into this house, so it's 15 years ago. And Derek's a big Twilight Struggle fan, and he came around and he taught me the game. Oh my god, it was ridiculous because I was like, well, why are you doing that? Well, I know that you've got a card somewhere. You're going to play a card. There's going to be that happening in Cuba at some point.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that in preparation for that, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I had absolutely no idea. I was just making random moves everywhere, and it's like he knew what I was going to be doing because he knew the cards in the game.
Yeah, it's definitely a good game to play when you're both beginners and then learn together, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or
Right. So there's your 5
Fantastic.
contingency cards. So
Right.
they need to go face up somewhere. I think there's a space for them.
just there, and then it's...
Yeah, if you have a look on the camera, they can probably go
Initial
there.
side.
And there's an initial side up,
Yeah, gotcha.
and you can use one of those as an action. And then I believe you flip it over.
Yeah.
If it's the same as South Front,
that seems to be right.
and then if you use it that side, it's gone.
Yes.
So they're the contingency actions. There's my contingency action. So there should be your deck of mid cards. And what I would do, since it's your first game, is take the ones that are labelled first game.
Right. Excellent. Yeah. And then that's right, because it's not one card per turn in this, is it?
2. It's 1 in South Front, interestingly. But in this, it's your turn consists of
Oh, yeah.
first movement step, where everything can move.
Yeah.
Then you've got your first action, which is play a card or use a contingency or whatever. Then you have a second action. Then you have the second movement step, which is only tanks. And fleets.
Yeah.
Then you check for supply, and then you draw, so that you draw up to 5 cards in hand. So there is no hand limit. So if you go up to 7 cards, whatever, you just don't draw any more in the draw step.
Right. Gotcha.
And yeah, I think you take a turn, and then I take a turn, and that is Summer of 1941 done.
And then supply is calculated at the end of your turn, isn't
So
it?
supply is
Yeah.
one of the key features of this game.
Yeah.
Which now, does Quartermaster General have supply?
No.
I didn't think it did.
No. It only has 1 unit per space as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the supply rules are, I'm not going to say tricky, but once you get the supply rules, that's part of the biggest learning thing for this
Yeah. I
game.
really like the idea that it's got supply because it's so crucial.
So the way that supply works is that a unit is in supply if it can trace a path back to any of the supply flags.
Oh, so all of right. So the Pact have got different supply
So
things.
Germany, have to trace a path back to Berlin and Vienna, and the Pact can place a to Romania, Hungary, Berlin, Trieste. Now it can go through spaces, or Finland
as well, right?
So a supply path can go through spaces controlled by you, whether or not you're there. So if you control it, which you currently do, you control this area.
Oh, that's right, 19. Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So there's no control markers in here, but I believe, do we not put the control marker? We'll check the setup.
Yeah.
But anyway, even if it's empty, if you control it, you can trace supply through it. You can all, controlled by that side. You can also include unoccupied spaces, as long as they are not adjacent to an enemy piece that is able to interdict. And interdicting is the key thing. So infantry, tanks, and planes, for example, here. So if I have that here, right, and you had a packed tank here, then you might think, well, you can trace a path from there to here. But actually, because that, if it's empty, is adjacent.
Even if I've got a control marker,
even if you've got a control, if it's empty, I can interdict that, which means I'm effectively cutting the supply lines. So at the end of your turn, that will disappear. If
you've always got a chance in your turn to re-establish your supply line, haven't you?
Yeah, if you had a unit in there, that's fine. It's not interdicted. Now in C spaces, if there's nobody there, it's controlled by both players. But if somebody's there, it's controlled by them.
Okay.
Now planes are even more versatile because planes can cut supply to it's all thematic. It just makes sense. Whereas a tank could not do that. So a plane there. So if you've got a plane there, for example, that, and I had a fleet here. There's an example of this in the rule book. There's the fleet. There's the plane. That's out of supply because you're interdicting into the Sea of Azov. So I can't trace a supply back to here because that is cutting it off.
Yeah, that's really good.
If that was an infantry, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I must say, I think that was the one thing I thought was a bit weird in the base game, was that an infantry unit could attack a naval unit using a sea battle card.
Okay.
Which was a bit weird.
Stones
yeah, exactly.
That's so really nice. Fleets and airplanes can interdict supply in adjacent water spaces. Infantry, tanks, and airplanes can interdict supply in adjacent land spaces, and you can interdict an actual supply space.
Yes.
So yeah, the rulebook's pretty good. There's lots of examples, and in terms of supply, a unit that is out of supply can move as long as they are moving into a space which is then in supply.
Gotcha.
But you cannot voluntarily move to a space that is out of supply.
So in that example we just had, for example, if you were interdicting Romania that didn't have,
if I was there, a unit there,
so you're interdicting that, but
you can move into there. That's fine.
I can move back there because I'm now in supply. But if I was there, I couldn't move into there
because that's still
out of supply.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, gotcha.
Now, a couple of other things about supply that I was reading this morning is, so a unit that is currently out of supply can move so that it's in supply. It cannot attack.
Well, that's good.
Okay.
Because it doesn't have the resources.
Because it doesn't have the resources to attack. It can be attacked. That's fine, and it can fight back. Kind of, it takes.
So you can still use reaction cards. Yeah.
I believe so. Again, not a sponsored video. We'll get the rules as right as we can. If you are watching us live and you do spot that we make any kind of rules mistake, then please let us know. Right, let's do the setup.
Yes.
So, game board features, game board setup. The map has land spaces and water spaces. All spaces that are named are playable, and spaces that share a common border are adjacent. We've got victory stars, supply flags. We've got the 1939 line. Certain card effects refer to the 1939 line, and certain cards refer to the 1941 line. Game round track, victory point track. Right, starting pieces. So the allies. I start with infantry in Karelia. Right.
Oh, I remember seeing this on the
Karelia. Where's Karelia? I know Karelia. I played a lot of Axis and Allies. Yeah. Up there.
You start very spread out, don't you, as the Russians?
Yeah. One in Leningrad, which is a victory point space. Sorry, that's a plane. Plane in Leningrad. Infantry in the Baltic states. going to say they're down here, aren't they?
You think so? Baltic State. There you go.
Infantry in Brest, which I thought was in France. Different one.
Different Brest, yeah. Brest
Smolensk is an airplane. And you've got a hard limit on pieces as well.
Oh, right, which is the supply.
No grabbing another copy of the game. Soviet tank in Moscow.
That's right. And the tanks are the ones that can do that second movement step, aren't they? They're the ones that exploit breakthroughs.
Soviet infantry in Lvov. It's Lvov, isn't it?
Lvov. There we go.
Tank in Kiev. I have an infantry in Bessarabia. Infantry in Sebastopol. Airplane in Rostov. Fleet in the Gulf of Finland. Right in there.
Mm-hmm.
And a fleet in the Black Sea. So let's just check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Right.
Okay.
The actually starting pieces. So we have a German in Berlin.
Yeah.
A German infantry and a German airplane.
Yeah.
In East Prussia, we have a German infantry, a German tank, and a German airplane.
Mm-hmm.
Right. In Warsaw, it's all kicking off in Warsaw.
It really is.
2 German infantry,
Excellent.
2 German tanks, 2 German airplanes, and a partridge.
So two of each, basically.
2 of each of the German ones, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, this was
Warsaw.
So the focal point of Barbarossa. Okay.
Right, down in Hungary, packed infantry.
Yep.
Yugoslavia, 1 packed infantry.
Yep.
Finland, 1 packed infantry and a packed airplane.
Yep.
In Romania, a packed infantry, airplane, tank,
Ooh.
and a German infantry as well.
Oh, okay. There we go. Southern France.
And a German fleet in the West Baltic Sea.
Good.
Right. That's the setup done.
Okay.
So, yeah, pieces, control. So, at the beginning of the game, the Axis control all land spaces west of the 1941 line.
Yeah.
And the Allies control all land spaces east of that line. We don't need to denote that, I don't think.
No.
Because I've got pieces there and you've got pieces there.
Yeah.
But technically, I could put a control marker in there,
Yeah.
say that I control it, but that's not on the setup. So, I guess we don't need to. It does say use control markers to indicate which side controls unoccupied spaces when it isn't obvious. And in water spaces, you control the space that you occupy, and an unoccupied space is controlled by both players.
Yeah.
So we talked about the factions, we talked about the cards. The late war cards will come in, and the cards are. That's it. That's your deck.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're if you pop that there,
okay there, put them there.
because when your cards run out, you don't get any more. There is no reshuffling of your discard pile. There's no deck building or anything like that.
You just got your late wars coming
Yeah.
in.
So when you run out of cards, you just
Quite soon, actually. Yeah, they do come in quite quickly. Yeah.
The contingency cards, as we've mentioned, you can use them as an action. Use it, flip it over, and when you've used the second side, get rid of it. We might go through those at the start of the game. Just so we
I
know,
think that would be worth
so we know what we've
doing.
got.
Yeah, absolutely.
We talked about supply, we talked about supply paths, we talked about supply effects. Game rounds, so there are 16 seasonal rounds. Certain things happen. So in winter, you cannot play reactions that are the sustain attack.
Because it's
You can still do the sustain attack, just not with the card that says sustain. Is that yours?
Ooh.
And in spring,
no, that's,
you can't advance. So you can't play the advance cards in spring. Because the way that combat works in this game is you don't move the pieces in,
too muddy.
you attack, there's a fight, and then only if you play in advance do you actually move in afterwards. Except with the tank.
With the tanks, yeah, of course, yeah.
So there's ways of getting pieces on the board, which is deploying and recruiting. You can only deploy a piece into a space that you control, but you do not need to have controlled it since the start of that turn.
Right, so you can deploy into a space that you've just advanced into.
Yes.
If you get the chance.
Yes.
You might not get a chance.
There's ways you can do it.
Yeah.
And you can only deploy a piece into a space where it is supplied at the point you deploy it. There is a certain card in the game that allows you to deploy pieces, I believe, that specifically says you don't need to supply them this round. But that's a special card.
Paratroopers.
Deploy versus recruit. So recruiting is a way that you can recruit into a space that you control or into a space that is enemy controlled but unoccupied. Right. So I could recruit in Vienna. If I had a card that said recruit in Vienna, then
in Vienna,
I can. And then at the end of my turn, it would disappear because it's out of supply. That piece will be removed during your supply step unless the card says otherwise. So yes, movement. When you move a piece, you move it to an adjacent space apart from airplanes. Airplanes can move too, and they can break the rules on their first movement. So they can fly over water. Well, not to there because that doesn't exist. They can fly, I believe, over other troops. So that's fine. But normally you can never move a piece into a space occupied by an enemy piece.
And obviously when they stop, they need to be in supply.
They don't need to be in supply when they stop.
But they do.
But at the end of your turn, they'll disappear.
Yeah.
So first movement step is your pieces one at a time in whatever order you wish. An airplane cannot end its move in a space that you did not control at the beginning of the step. So you can't land your plane in there because you didn't control it at the beginning of that step.
Yeah.
Then you've got the second movement step after your actions, but certain action cards will allow you to move. And one of the actions that you can do is discard one card to move one piece. Mm-hmm. So you can do movement within the action phase. Mm-hmm. And then there's also retreat, which happens in combat. So again, there's another good example here of airplane movement should we need it.
So really, I mean, the Germans at the beginning have got very limited movement options because
it's just
because you're in all of the spaces. Yeah.
Do we need to go through how combat works, or?
I mean, it's basically you announce the combat, don't you? And then it's up to the other player to either remove a piece, retreat.
Well, they remove a piece, but there are reactions.
And you've got to use a card. You've got to use a card to initiate combat, haven't you? And there is an action that you can do if you don't have an action card that initiates combat. Desperate attack. That's right.
Discard 2 cards to attack a land space.
Yeah.
So what you would do is you would say we're attacking. Now you can't choose to leave some behind.
No.
If it was here, you could only attack with either them or them.
Yeah.
But if you attack with them,
special card,
it's all of them.
Yeah.
And then basically the defender loses a piece. So if I don't do anything, the defender loses a piece. The combat is over. And then if you play an advance card, you can move it.
Yeah.
If you don't play an advance card, that's it. The combat is over. So the default option for combat is the attacker destroys one piece and that's it. But if I have multiple pieces, then what I'll do is I'll destroy one piece. And then if you want to continue the attack,
do a sustained attack.
You either need to play sustain attack or remove a piece from the attacking force.
Right.
If you remove a piece from the attacking force, then you can carry on.
Mm-hmm.
But the piece that you remove must be of the same or higher rank. So if I had 2 infantry and I lost the infantry, then you could remove an infantry to continue the attack. But if I had a plane, and let's say I had a plane here, because planes and fleets can support adjacent things. So if you attacked here and I said, so here, where is it? At least one infantry or tank must participate. You can't attack with just planes. Attack rounds. So I either remove a piece of any faction from the attacked space. So if I attacked there, you could choose those. So, or I could remove an airplane or fleet adjacent to the attacked space as long as they were in supply. So if I remove that one, then if you wanted to continue the attack,
I'd have to.
You'd have to
the
remove
plane
that one.
is the highest in the
Sustain attack is the highest, I believe. I think that's
I mean in the rank of units. Is it infantry, tank, plane, fleet? I've got it there. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Airplanes and fleets, tanks and infantry. But the stand fast and sustain attack cards are higher than that.
Right.
The setup is here. Just noticed.
Gotcha.
that's nice. You don't have to refer to the rulebook.
Brilliant. Okay, so a sustained attack card you can just, if you play it, then
Absolutely.
you just carry on.
But there are all sorts of other reactions as well, and that's where the tricky shenanigans comes
Yeah.
in. So there's retreat cards, which means one piece will retreat. There's exchange, which means, okay, well, I'm going to die,
Yeah.
but I'm going to take somebody with me. And then you need to lose another piece if you then want to sustain the attack.
But of course, playing reaction cards is reducing
card.
your options
Exactly.
in your turn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the anti-air card is so the rules for anti-air card are quite detailed, but essentially what an anti-air card does is you play it at the moment somebody removes a plane, and it's like that plane never existed.
Right.
So,
okay, so it doesn't.
whatever reason they're removing the plane for did not happen, but the plane's gone anyway.
Right. So in a simple case of an attack,
But like
and
there,
you've removed it, and you've
You
removed,
play
you've
anti-air,
removed the plane,
and I'm
you've then got
I've then got to remove another
remove
one.
another piece.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Are they common cards? I like the sound.
And
I
there's also-
don't like the sound of those. I've got a good air force.
And there's also naval combat. Whenever your opponent removes a fleet, you may use a card with the naval combat reaction, and it's exactly the same as the anti-air. So it basically treats it as it didn't exist.
Gotcha.
So yeah, sustain attack. Stand fast is a useful card that the Russians have. So stand fast, you can use a card with stand fast reaction instead of removing a piece. I think you've got them as well. Every stand fast reaction is limited by the reaction detailed on the card. And it basically says, no, I'm not going to remove a piece.
Mm-hmm.
And then that bit is done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, gotcha. Okay.
And yeah, the rest of it we'll do.
Yeah, I think let's have a quick look at
Yes,
at
what have you got then?
So my first 5 options, and I'm guessing that this is sort of like the initial cards are going to be very good aggressive cards, and once you fit them, it's going to be more about defending against the Russian recovery.
Maybe.
And I bet yours is the other way around. I'm complete guess.
It's very clear to me from the design of the game, the text on the cards, and speaking to Ian, that he knows his stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
In terms of this is replicating. All of these cards actually are, like you said, like Twilight Struggle. They represent things that are actually happened or could have happened.
And I think and that really shone through in the base game as well. I mean,
Right.
I was because I was playing Germany.
Wasn't just
in the base game.
Play a card, move a piece.
Oh, no,
it was. This is a historical.
Oh,
thing,
absolutely. I mean, it was because of the higher level, because it was like the whole war. It was there were more general things, but there were things like the Atlantic Wall, which made it difficult for the Allies to invade, and it was really really nice and so snappy.
Yeah.
To play a World War II game with 6 players in about 2 hours.
I mean, we grew up playing Axis and Allies for 12 hours.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So anyway, my card. So I've got industrial realignment, which is deploy a German tank or an airplane in the German supply flag space. Supplies diverted east, which means I can attack with a German force into a space east of the 1941 line.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, naval projects completed, discard 1 card to deploy a German fleet in the West Baltic Sea, or flip to the secondary side with no other effect. So it's just a good way to increase my naval presence there. Forced labour. You gain a victory point, but I get to draw 3 cards. And I bet you've got one that's similar to that. And I've got hardliners take control, deploy 2 packed infantry in the same packed supply space. So very good for basically gaining more pieces and keeping my momentum up, I would guess.
So I do have the Gulag economy.
Yeah.
You gain a victory point, I draw 3 cards. I've got deploy a Soviet infantry in a Soviet supply flag space, and then attack with a force containing that infantry.
Mm-hmm.
River flotillas, deploy a Soviet fleet in a water space that is not adjacent to another water space. It's basically these.
Yeah.
The lakes.
Oh, of course, yeah. So, I mean, and they're just permanent support.
Supporting.
Supporting a northern push.
Increased aid from the west, deploy a Soviet tank or airplane.
Yeah.
And pre-war doctrine, attack with a Soviet force.
Yeah.
Right.
Nice.
So, turn.
Right, okay, well, good luck.
Did we start here? 1, 2, 3. No, we start here. We're in the summer of 1941. Right.
I'll just have a quick gander at my hand. that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, because so when I've played this on Board Game Arena, I'm looking at the card and going, well, that's great. But then I look at the reaction and like, but I need that reaction. I can't play the card because I need the reaction.
Okay, let's do that.
Plane shouldn't be there. I'm just taking off the pieces that we used for the example. My classic accidentally leaving them on. Yeah, we are good.
Right, so I'm gonna get to play 2 cards, one of which can be. I can only play one of these, can't I, in a turn? I can't use both, and I can't do it. But I can.
You get a first action step and a second action step.
Right. Okay.
And an action can be. So the actions you can do, you can play a card, you can use a contingency, you can pass. You can actually just say, I'm going to draw a card. So as an action, you can draw a card. You can discard 2 cards to do an attack. You can discard 1 card to move a piece, and there is conscription as well. So discard 1 card to deploy an infantry, or 2 cards to deploy a tank, airplane, or fleet.
Yeah, I think that's when you're.
There's so many options for the cards.
That is really good. Right. Okay. So let's. I don't have an overwhelming plan yet, but what I can do, I think, is I will do this. So I'm going to play airbase surprise attack. I'm going to deploy the German aeroplane west of the 1941 line. Oh, sorry, Paul. You had. Did you take some points off?
Yep, we're all good.
You did, didn't you?
Yeah.
Right, excellent. So.
So you're deploying
an airplane west of the 1941 line, which is here. So
if we pop that there.
I'm going to deploy a plane in here, in East Prussia, and then I'm going to eliminate an Allies airplane within 2 spaces of the airplane.
Yeah, so eliminate is just it's gone.
Yeah, so I'm going to eliminate that one. And
first movement step. Did you have any first movement?
Sorry, I did. I thought that was card first. It's going to move the fleet to there.
Yeah.
And that's. No, I'll move those into there. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Move those into there.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's
so that's first movement step.
And then I'll play the card.
First action step is that. Second action step.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to play Army Group Center. I'm going to deploy German infantry adjacent in or adjacent to Brest. Well, obviously, I can't deploy in Brest because you're there. But I'm going to deploy in East Prussia.
Yep.
And then I'm going to attack with a force that contains that infantry. And I'm going to attack into the Baltic states.
Okay. So you're attacking with all of them?
All of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me just double check. Okay, so when defending, before you remove a piece as a result of the attack, you may use a card with the retreat reaction to move 1 piece of that card's faction out of the attacked space. So yeah, so for me, all of my cards are the same faction. For you, you would only be able to do that with the German retreat card and not a pack retreat if I attack Germany. So I'm going to move this out. It must follow the normal movement rules with some additional restrictions. It must move to a space you currently control, and an airplane can only move 1 space instead of 2. Okay, so we are going to move that to here. Now I could have removed that because that is actually supporting it. I don't want to. Yeah, we'll move that into there.
Okay, excellent.
Right, so the space is now empty, which means if you had an advance reaction,
which
you could now play the advance reaction.
I could, but I'm not going to.
Okay. So that's your second action done.
So now it's my second movement
your
step.
second movement step.
I'm just going to move a tank into the Baltic states. Because there's no other.
Yep.
Because there's no other tanks that can move into a.
Okay, and then we check for supply.
And I think I'm okay.
And then you draw so that you now have 5 cards in hand.
Got 5 cards in my hand. Because I used 2. Because I started with 7, played 2.
You started with 7.
I think you do. I think you start with 7 cards.
I thought it was 5. That's fine.
No, I think first game. Yeah, I think they're all. I think you start with 7, and then you draw. Okay. So you should have 7, I think.
Well, I just drew 5 at random.
Oh, you're not done with your first game.
This isn't my first game.
Well, I think you should probably have another 2.
Well, let's have a look. Cards. How are you supposed to start with? Recommend for your first game. Where is it? Okay, it's got to be in here somewhere. I thought it was 5.
No, I've got a feeling you do start.
Each player has a draw deck, a hand, and a discard pile. There's no hand limit. So some of them say first, yeah. Players and fractions control pieces. Apologies for this.
That's quite all right.
Here we go. Shuffle your mid-war cards and draw 7. If this is your first game, you may want to select the 7 cards labelled as first game. And there's a mulligan. Right, so I should actually have 2 extra cards. And we'll forget the fact that I should have mulliganed. Right, okay, so you start with 7. But then the draw is up to 5.
Yeah. So it sort of behooves you to sort of play 2 in the first turn, yeah. Because I presume you discard down. No, but you don't discard down to 5 because there's no hand limit.
Yeah, there's no hand
That's
limit.
right. No, that's fair enough. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to first movement step. So we got a tank here, not doing anything. So we're going to move this tank into here. We're going to move this plane. Going to move this plane up to here. Going to move this tank into here, and we're going to move this infantry into here. Okay, first movement step is done.
Mm-hmm.
Well, quite like that. Quite like that as well. Okay, so I'm going to play for my first action, tank descent. Deploy a Soviet infantry in a space with a Soviet tank. And then you may attack with a force containing both pieces. So I'm going to attack. I'm going to go on the offensive. So we're going to attack Romania. So you can remove any of those.
Oh, remove. I'm going to remove the German piece.
So the German infantry.
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't want to play any reactions.
Nope.
So now, if I want to continue the attack, I need to remove a piece of same rank or higher. So I do. So I'm continuing the attack. Back to you. Remove another piece.
So I can. So I need to retreat. I actually need to play a card.
Yes, and it would retreat one of the units.
Yeah, but no, it's okay. I'm gonna I'll suck it up.
Take the packed infantry out. Yeah, go on. Carry on.
Yes, well, this is this is so now
This is not in the
so
history book.
this is not in the history books. Interesting though. So now, but now if I'm going to remove a piece, obviously it's got to be a tank or an aeroplane.
Yeah, so if you remove the airplane,
Then you'd
I
have
could continue the attack, I believe, by removing...
to.
No, I don't think I can. No, I don't think I can remove this to continue the attack. Let me just check that. Remove a piece from the attacking force, or... No, I can. Remove an airplane or fleet adjacent to the attacked space. So I could remove this to continue the attack into here. Or I could use a sustain attack card.
Okay, well I'm going to remove the aeroplane.
So I'm going to play anti-air.
Oh, I shouldn't have done that.
That didn't happen.
So no, I have to remove the tank.
Or play exchange or retreat or whatever. Okay. And then I'm not going to... Yeah, I'm not going to advance, I don't think. Not yet, because I got a tank there. Right, I think that's right. Again, we are playing the game to the best of our knowledge, and if we do make any rules mistakes, please let us know. That was my first action. Okay. So I'm going to play as my second action, Operation Countenance. Deploy a Soviet infantry, tank, and airplane in Caucasus. Right, and then second movement.
Tanks move into the tanks.
I think that tank's going to go into there,
Romania,
which means that is now
right, okay,
in control. And I'm going to move this tank into Leningrad. Okay, and then I draw 2 cards. Because I used loads. Right, it is now the fall of 1941.
So, and right, so that's right. It's points then, isn't it?
Points here.
Yeah.
So we got this round and then one more. And then we score.
So movement first. So I'm going to move.
That's a lot of troops in Poland.
There's a lot of troops in Poland and East Prussia. So I'm going to move infantry into there. Keep the planes in there. And actually, no, I'll do that. I'll leave my infantry behind. That's my first movement step.
Okay, first action.
Barbarossa. So I'm attacking with a German force from a space west of the 1939 line. So I'm attacking with this force here. And then I can take another action. So I'm going to attack into Lvov.
Do you not feel that's a little unfair?
I think he's been stood there thinking,
So Barbarossa was an important point.
Well, Barbarossa was the name they gave to the initial. That was the initial operation to invade Russia. So it was, it was supposed to be, as Napoleon had done before him. It was going to be the quick blow,
right,
to knock Russia out of the war.
Yeah.
So it was the Blitzkrieg in the east, and they got to about there, and that was basically And after that,
and then it was weather. Supplies,
winter and supplies. They completely outstripped their supply lines because they'd advanced so quickly.
Yeah,
but it was the most dangerous moment for Russia because Stalin he thought he was going to get assassinated and replaced, but then they stalled it there, and then the Russians moved their production east of the Urals, and then Hitler tried to move down here to get hold of the oil oil wells here, and also drive on Stalingrad
Right.
here, and then that was the disaster.
Right.
And then after that, it was all one-way traffic.
Right.
The other way around, yeah.
But for now,
But
it's
for
these
now,
guys.
this is the big throw of the dice. Now this is the initial invasion. Yeah.
I'm going to play exchange.
Okay.
So when defending, when you remove a piece as the result of an attack,
I also have to remove a similar.
you
piece.
require the attacker to remove a piece as well.
Yeah.
The defending piece you remove as the result of the attack must belong to the same faction as the card. Yep. And the attacker may remove an infantry or a tank, or an airplane or fleet of the attacked faction adjacent to the attacked space.
So I'm going to remove. So I've got to remove.
The attacked space, which
Yeah.
is here. So yeah, it's.
So I've got to remove an infantry.
Infantry or a tank. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, the piece the attacker removes due to an exchange does not itself allow the attacker to continue the attack. So if you want to continue the attack, which you don't because there's nothing else left, but if you did, you'd have to remove another piece.
But then I am going
You've
to.
got a second action. Oh no, that wasn't a.
That was that was my
Take
that was
another
my
action.
card. But I'm also going to play a reaction card to advance.
Oh right, you are right.
So I'm going to.
Yeah.
So they're advancing into there.
It's everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
To move. Oh no, to move one infantry or tank from the attacking force into the attacked space.
One. Okay. Fair enough. That's okay.
The advancing piece must follow the normal movement rules. In particular, you cannot advance if your piece would be unsupplied, and you can only use one advanced reaction per combat. Okay.
All right. That's fair enough.
Do you want to move the tank in?
I will move the tank.
Because the tank's going to move in for free anyway.
No, I've got a cunning
But
plan.
you've still got 2 actions left.
But I've still got 2 actions left.
Yeah.
So I will. I will attack from Warsaw into
Using a card or doing a desperate attack.
Oh, so it's taking another action. So it's actually playing it. Sorry.
Yeah, it's another action.
So an action is playing a card, isn't it?
Or
Yeah.
well, any of those things.
Okay, let's have a think. Yeah, okay, let's play Army Group South. So I'm going to deploy German infantry in or adjacent to Lvov. So we will
In.
go
So you can go in, yeah.
Yeah. And then move that infantry or attack with the force containing that infantry.
And you are allowed to attack into an empty space.
So I am,
if you wanted to.
but I'm actually going to attack into Bessarabia.
Interesting. Okay. So I could remove that.
Mm-hmm.
If I do remove that, you cannot continue the attack unless you play a sustain attack card.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to remove that. Now, if you had a naval combat card, I'd cry.
No, unfortunately not.
Got away with it.
Unfortunately not. But that's all. It's got rid of the fleet. That's not awful. So I'll stop with that one. So that was my first. That was my first action in effect because I had that extra action.
Yes.
Didn't I? So I've still got one more action,
One action
left.
left.
And I think we will. We will play Army Group North, which is deploy German infantry in or adjacent to East Prussia. And I think we'll deploy there. and we will attack.
Move that infantry or attack with a force containing that
We will
infantry.
attack with that force into Brest.
Cards in hand.
1.
I'm going to remove this plane.
And I will sustain the attack.
So you're doing that in response to me removing. So I remove that,
And
that's the combat over.
and that's so that I did. That's the attack.
Second movement
So
step. I mean, you've got no cards in hand.
I've got no cards in hand, but I can move some tanks about. So I'm going to move that tank. And
Take
that
Kiev.
tank into Kiev.
Right.
I could move this tank. I think I will. I'm going to move that tank into Brest as well. Yep, that's it. That's me done.
So if you were to move to there,
You'd have problems with supply.
in fact, you're doing it. You're interdicting.
Yeah, and I'm interdicting.
You are
that
interdicting.
space,
So
but-
right now, that tank is interdicting.
Yeah, but
So
you
this is
do-
currently out of supply.
But you do have a chance to.
This is. Oh no, it's not. Rubber dinghies.
Because everyone controls
These
that
are
space.
so they're fine. So you've cut the supply lines here, but we're sending the Jaffa cakes across by a canoe.
Indeed. So I've done that. So and now
Supply. Is your stuff in supply? Yes.
Everything's in supply, I believe.
So draw.
Draw 5 cards.
I think I got this wrong. I think I said draw up to 5, and I think it's wrong. I think it's or a maximum of 2.
Oh right, okay.
Apologies for that.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Otherwise, you just spend all your cards.
Yeah, that
That
would make much more sense. Yeah.
Where's the draw card step? It's in here somewhere. Supply. Turn sequence. Draw. Draw until your hand has 5 cards, or until you have drawn 3, whichever comes first.
All right,
So you
there
draw
are 3
3.
cards.
Apologies for that.
Fair enough. That's okay. That makes much more sense.
If you start your draw step with fewer than 2 cards in hand, you will not end your turn with 5 cards in hand. Yes. Okay, right. There we go. So, first movement step. So everything can move in the first movement step, can't it? Yes. You always have the contingency cards. Yes. Good point. I had a plan up here. Not sure I'm going to go ahead with that plan. We will see. We will see. Because if I just leave here, you just walk straight back in. Yeah, hello, Yugoslavia. Oh, but then supplies. It's dangerous, isn't it? Advancing too much. But I could trace supply back through Bulgaria. So actually, let's go for it. It might backfire. So you're currently interdicting into here, but I can trace supplies through there. But if you move to there,
then you won't be able to.
Then you're cutting there.
Yeah. It's a very brave tank.
It is. I don't think I'm going to be that brave.
He's looking behind him.
Yeah.
Where is everyone?
Okay, I think that's it for my first movement step. So first action. The stronghold of Sevastopol. I'm just going to put.
Yeah. 30 key locations.
I had that in hand, so I thought that was my safety net.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. However, I am a little worried about that tank. So I'm going to play as my second action. Molotov cocktails.
Ooh.
Deploy a Soviet infantry in a space east of the 1939 line. And then attack with the force containing that infantry. So we're going back into Kiev.
So you don't have to take a piece off when you're attacking?
No. Only if I want to sustain, continue the attack. So yeah, the default, if no cards are played, attacker eliminates an enemy piece and that's it. Combat is over.
Interesting choices here. So this is your second action, isn't it?
This is my second action, yeah. And I don't have another one after this.
No, I'll just take it off. That's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to advance. But then in my second movement step,
tanks go in.
That tank can go in.
Yeah.
And that tank can go there. Sure. Okay, I'm going to draw 3. Right, it's the winter of 1941. And no sustain attack cards can be played.
No sustain attack cards can be played. Right, so let's have a look at this then. So
I'm scoring after this round.
I'm scoring after this round, absolutely. So first of all,
first movement step.
Let's do movement first.
Well, you kind of need to plan your actions before you do the movement.
So move those into there. I think we'll move those tanks into there. That lot into there. That seems to make sense. So that's it for movement.
First action.
Actually, bear with me.
What was that card?
I'm going to move one of the infantry into there.
Which one was this that you played?
That was for sustained attack.
For that
in the last round.
It's all right. For now, but that's packed. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, we made a slight mistake there.
Yeah.
It's the tricky thing with playing the axes.
Damn. Sorry about that.
When was you did?
No, actually, no, I didn't do that. No,
you didn't, did you? Can't remember what my card was.
I didn't do the.
What was it you did? What was it you did with that card? I remember now.
I think it was a sustained attack.
Was it?
Yeah, but you're right. But it wasn't with a. But it wasn't with a German thing. Sorry about that. Yeah, I think it was. It must have been up here somewhere. I think. Yeah. Oops.
That's all right.
Right. Okay. So. So first action step. Not a spring turn.
It is not spring.
I'm going to play this. So supplies diverted east, attack with a German force into a space east of the 1941 line. So I'm attacking with this force into Smolensk.
And that flips that over.
That flips over.
I'm going to play exchange. So I take that off. And then do you want to continue?
And
so it would have to be a piece because you can't play sustain attack cards.
no, but so it's there's no point continuing that attack.
Oh, sorry.
No,
sorry.
no.
Ignore
It's
me.
whether I advance or not. I think is the key. And I think I will advance. But I don't have to advance in the space that's been vacated, do I?
Yeah.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, pretty sure. To move one infantry or tank from the attacking force into the attacked space.
Right.
Must belong. The card must belong to the same faction as the attacking force.
Well, I will advance. I'm advancing.
German. Yep.
Smolensk.
That's yours.
And so that was my first action.
Yeah.
And then my second action is going to be this one. I'm going to play this. Romanian Fourth Army. Deploy a packed infantry in or adjacent to Romania. So I'll get into Hungary.
Yeah.
And then I will attack into Romania.
Or attack with a force containing that infantry. Yeah. That's a shame. Okay, so I'm going to play exchange.
So I'll just use
Yep.
an infantry.
And then do you want to advance?
And I'm...
It would have to be a packed advance card.
yeah, I'm not going to advance that.
Okay, second movement.
So move tanks, basically. It's only tanks, isn't it?
Tanks and
have
fleets.
fleets.
Yeah.
So I'm going
Kyle's got
to
to go.
move...
Thanks, Kyle.
going to move those two tanks into Smolensk.
Okay.
And that's it.
Right. And then you draw 3 cards or...
I will draw 3.
Okay, so... First movement. Okay, now then, up here. I think I might need to change my plans up here. Okay, first movement done.
Mm-hmm.
So first action. I'm going to play dig in. Deploy a Soviet infantry in each of 2 different spaces that already contain a Soviet piece. Pop that there. And we'll pop that. There. Okay. Second action. I'm going to play the People's Militia Army and deploy 2 Soviet infantry in Leningrad. Second movement. Let's move that tank to here. That'll do. Scoring.
Right, so you've gained Romania and I've gained Smolensk.
Yes.
So
it's whatever the
ratio,
default
isn't it?
was.
Yeah,
which I don't know if it's printed anywhere.
because you've got more, haven't you?
I have more.
Yeah.
I think I start with like 12 and you start with 9 or something.
Yes. Yeah,
We'll just count it.
I'll just count them up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 6. Yes. Oh, that seems.
I think I've got 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So is it 10 and 6?
10 and 6, yeah. That's not great.
Because you've got 1, 2. So 1, 2.
Oh, actually, I didn't. Maybe I didn't count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You've got 6 there.
7. I've actually got 7.
8. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No, I haven't got that. That's yours.
No. Oh, sorry. Yeah. 5. But you would normally have. So you start the game with 7. Yes.
Yeah.
You've lost 1 and gained 1,
Yeah,
so it's
so
7.
it's
So
7.
10,
That's right.
10, 7 is the default numbers. Right. Spring 1942. Have some more cards.
Oh yes. So they just get shuffled.
They just get
don't
shuffled
they?
in. Yeah. 10 and 7. Yes. Okay, and it's spring, so it's raining a lot, so no advance. I should have drawn 3 cards before that. So I'll just draw, and if I draw any late ones, I'll
Okay.
back in.
Right. Okay. So I'm going to do this. I need more forces.
Well, don't forget there is always the conscription.
Yeah.
Discard cards
Quite
to recruit your
expensive.
units.
Yeah. Well, first movement step anyway. Let's do that first. So I'm moving my planes into Smolensk. think I'll move 1 infantry into Brest. Yeah.
Don't want to move into Romania?
I'm having a think about same pack. That is a packed supply space, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, that's a good point. I will move those 2 into Romania. Yeah. Right. So okay, let's sort this out. So I did have a plan. I'm not sure if it's a good one. Was it Sun Tzu said to attack where they're weakest and retreat where they're strongest? Because I think you've bulked that up quite nicely.
Yeah.
But I will play this. So I need to do this.
Okay.
So I'm going to hardliners are taking control. Deploy 2 packed infantry in the same packed supply space. So I'm going to bolster up. Romania will never fall again under my watch. So that's my first action. And my second action is I'm going to attack Moscow with Directive 21. Attack with a German force from a space east of the 19... Oh, no, it's not. Yeah, it is east.
It is east of the 1941
line. And then take another action. So I'm trying to get into Moscow.
You're attacking Moscow.
Yeah.
Got 2 tanks, 2 planes, and an infantry. So I'll play exchange removing an infantry. So you can remove an infantry.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to continue?
I will not sustain the attack, no. And that was it, isn't it? So that was my second action step. So I've got my second movement step.
That was
take another action. So I will now, with that other action. Oh, no, but an action is playing a card. Come on, Bill.
Yeah. Or you can attack with 2 cards.
Yeah, no, cards.
Discard any 2 cards to do a desperate attack.
Cards are just too valuable. No, let's do this. I'm going to play. Finland's going to come. Is going to do their thing. I'm going to eliminate a Soviet infantry or tank in Finland or Karelia. So I'm going to eliminate that Soviet infantry, and then I'm going to recruit a packed infantry in Finland.
Okay.
Just to sort of dissuade you from further
Yeah.
nonsense up there. So that was my second
movement.
action. So it's second movement with tanks now. My tank force is somewhat depleted. I've only got the 2 in there. I think they might be better off staying there. So no, I'm not going to move any more tanks. I'm not going to move the fleet.
Everything's in
So
supply.
everything's in supply. So I'm now just going
Draw
to
cards.
I draw 3 cards. I've got 2 in there. So right, what's that? And this is flipped over now. So Germany arms fascist loyalists, deploy a packed infantry in a packed supply.
Okay.
Space. So basically, I think that's all. That's the only packed card in the sort of like the permanent display by the look of it.
Okay, so first movement. Move that tank into Moscow. Move this infantry into Moscow.
Mm-hmm.
Move this plane down here into Kiev. Okay. First action. One here, which is just attack with the Soviet force. So I've got that up my sleeve if I need it. What have we got left in terms of units? We still have a few units. Okay, I think I'm going to do a bit more moving actually before I do my first action. I think I'm going to move these two into here. So realise that if you move up there, that cuts the supply. I'd have to bring them back, but I think we'll evacuate Leningrad. I think that's probably safer. But in terms of here, what have we got? Yeah, so I think my first action is going to be increased aid from the west, deploy a Soviet tank or airplane. Just going to do this. And I think we're going to do this Pacific Lend-Lease shipments. The Axis gain 1 point, but I can deploy a Soviet tank or airplane adjacent to Gorky.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's my 2 actions done. So I have 3 cards in hand, so I'm only drawing 2. Summer of 1942.
Right, movement then. So.
Bit worried about those Finnish.
I'm going to move the infantry from the Baltic states into Smolensk. I shall move to. They can move straight into Leningrad, can't they? I believe.
I don't think so. It's not adjacent.
Oh, into Karelia.
Into
Sorry,
Karelia
they're moving,
first, yeah.
They're moving to Karelia.
And the plane can't, because the plane can't land in a space that wasn't controlled at the start of the turn.
Yeah, it seems reasonable though. So he's supporting. Oh, yeah, sorry. I've got you. Yeah, yeah. And
Leningrad is out of supply. No, it wasn't. Yeah, the lake was okay. Oh, because you were interdicting into there. But yeah, so Leningrad could have traced through there. But I figured I'd move there just to be safe. The fleet, however, I think that fleet's days might be numbered.
so why would it?
Because now you're interdicting into Leningrad.
Yeah.
So I can't. So at the end of my turn, that fleet is going to disappear.
Yeah.
Because that fleet is currently out of supply.
Right, so
I
now
believe.
I'm going to do my first action step.
Yeah, because Baltic States is yours, isn't it?
Right, I'm going to do it's the German Marines. I'm going to recruit a German infantry adjacent to a German fleet. So into the Baltic states.
Yep.
And then move that infantry or attack with a force containing that infantry. So I'm going to move to Leningrad.
Leningrad is now yours. Yeah, so that is now out of supply. Well, sorry, it was out of supply anyway because you were interdicting into there.
Well, that was my first action.
Yeah.
It's just like, I really want to sort of, because Moscow's just going to get more and more powerful. Right, I'm going to play industrial realignment. I'm going to deploy a German tank in a German supply space. So it's got to be Berlin. And that's my second action.
Okay, second movement for tanks.
And second movement, so he's going to move into Warsaw. Now, I think I'll move one tank into. Oh no, it doesn't go into. No,
Mr. Dewsbury's in the chat. It says the chance of him playing a two-player Quartermaster General game with Jan are less than 0. Statistically not possible, but I know what you mean. But yeah, he does enjoy the. I guess Richard wasn't in the 6-player Quartermaster General game at Gridcon.
No,
I think it was being played twice. I think I saw 2 6-player games of it.
no, I'm going to keep them there. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's me done.
Right.
So it's
Draw
just
one card.
Yeah.
Okay. So, first movement, tanks and fleets. Don't think I'm gonna do any. No. Okay, so first action. I'm going to play the Katyusha rocket launcher
Stalin's organs, as they called them.
to eliminate an Axis infantry adjacent to a Soviet force. And then I'm going to attack the space from which the infantry was eliminated. So we're going to attack.
Okay.
Into there. So you've got 1 infantry and 3 planes.
I will take off the plane.
So if I want to continue, I need to take off a plane. Or play a sustained attack. I'll take off a plane.
I'll play anti-air.
Take off another plane.
Okay.
So now if you remove a plane, I can't continue without a sustained attack.
I will take off a plane.
Yeah.
That was brutal.
It was. Right, second action. So I'm going to play forward. One at a time, move 1 or 2 different Soviet infantry, and then take another action. So I move that one, and I move that one. And the other action will be pre-war doctrine, attack with the Soviet force. And we'll attack in there. Two tanks, an infantry, and 2 planes.
I'll stand fast, I think.
We've not seen that one yet.
So this is basically do
Don't
not
remove
remove
the
a
unit.
defending piece. Yeah.
So I'll continue.
Pick off a plane. Air forces.
I'll continue.
So retreat. If I play a retreat, basically,
It's 1 unit.
I can only I retreat 1 unit,
Yeah.
and then
If you still have any pieces
I've
left,
still got to remove another unit.
you still have to remove another
You don't
unit.
retreat the entire force.
Stand fast is the highest rank. It needs a sustained attack to keep going. Okay. We'll undo things. I got that slightly wrong. I'll put my plane back. You put your plane back.
Okay.
So you played a stand fast.
I did.
So when defending, you may use a card with the stand fast reaction instead of removing a piece. The card used must match be of the same faction, which it was. Yes. Note, stand fast has the highest combat rank. So the only way for an attacker to continue is with the sustained reaction. Thank you. And I don't have it. So there you go. That was the end of that.
Smolensk holds.
And that was my second action. I'm going to draw 2 cards. It is now the fall of 1942.
Oh, and supply. I think that.
Oh yeah, the end of my turn.
Oh,
That's gone.
yeah. Okay. So first movement first. So let's move this tank up to there. To Leningrad.
Mhm.
I can.
That can now also move to Leningrad if you want it to.
But it can support. Yeah, it can move 2 spaces.
It can't support
can't
anything
it?
from where it is.
But it could move 2 spaces,
Yeah.
can't it? The plane. So I presume I could go there.
Yeah.
Because I can support Leningrad from
Yeah.
that space, can't I?
Yeah. Or
And I'll
Smolensk.
move the fleet into the Gulf of Finland.
Yeah.
So my northern advance isn't going too badly.
That's gone all right.
It's just down here. It's a bit dicey. And actually, getting more troops is.
Yeah, that's where sometimes the discard a card to recruit an infantry
Yeah,
can come in handy.
but it is an action, isn't it? I'm usually using. I think that's it for movement.
Okay.
I'm going to, but the Romanian Third Army.
Oh yeah, much better than the second.
Maybe exactly this. It's still. Oh, actually, no, I can't. I haven't
You
got
can't.
any
You've
more
no more
infantry.
no. They're already on the board. They're like, we're here.
Well, they're all there, aren't they? Okay. Can you play a card and only partially
I believe so.
use its thing? So
I think so.
I could use it to attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I might do. I think I'm just going to. No, that's not good either. So. No, right. Sorry. Right, it's not a spring turn, is it?
It's not. It's full.
Okay, let's do this. So, may only be played if it's not a spring turn. Move both a German infantry and a German tank together, and then you may attack with a force containing both pieces. So
Nice. Do you want to try and pronounce it?
Sonderkraftausübung. And
Yeah.
many apologies to all German speakers out there. So
Well, they've changed their language in the last 20 years, so that word probably doesn't exist anymore, I guess, maybe.
But
They're attacking.
it's part of, so this tank and infantry from moving from Brest into Smolensk, and now I'm going to attack with this force into Moscow.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So we've got 3 tanks.
Yeah.
2 infantry. And 2 planes. Against 2 planes, 1 tank, and 2 infantry. Okay. Well, I will play exchange. Right. Do you want to
I
continue?
will sustain the attack. Oh no, it's packed. Can't do that. No, I can't do that. I will not continue. No,
Oh.
no.
Okay.
For reasons.
Okay.
I mean, I suppose because it's worth getting cards out of your hand with attacking, isn't it? I suppose because it forces you to play cards. No, unfortunately I've got caught up in that German card, impact card.
Okay.
But so I'm not sustaining the attack.
You can just remove a piece to carry on if you wanted to.
Oh, I keep on forgetting.
Yeah. That's why I was wondering.
Yeah, go on. I'll remove an aeroplane.
You could remove any. You don't have to remove an airplane.
No, I think I like having land forces.
Oh, so you continued by removing an airplane.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Which is a high thing, isn't it? So does that mean you've got to remove?
No, it's the other way around. If I removed one, you would have to remove one of a higher rank. So you sure you want to remove the airplane? I mean, it's up to you.
Sorry, well, what do you mean? So if you removed an airplane,
you would then have to remove an airplane to continue. Because I removed an infantry.
I know, but I've only got...
I mean, you can have the red one if you want.
Oh, sorry. Well, it's interesting, but getting ground forces there are quite tricky.
Yeah.
No, I am going to move an airplane.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the piece removed must be the same rank as the piece removed by the defender, and I removed an infantry.
Yeah.
So, okay. So we're having another round of combat. So I will. It's a bit dangerous now, isn't it? So I will remove an infantry. Do you want to continue?
Just leave myself massively open for a counter attack. What's the planes on their own?
Yeah, so they can't attack. They can support attacks.
but they can occupy a place.
They cannot take control of somewhere that you didn't. They can't land in a space that you didn't control at the beginning of your turn.
But say if you remove that tank, I've still got to attack into the space to remove airplane
Yes.
counters.
Yeah. You still can't move in there. So your choices are stop there.
Yeah, I know this is tricky.
Or remove any of them.
Remove another piece.
Because I removed an infantry, so you could remove any of them.
Yeah, but it's just weakening. It's so difficult to get more forces on the board. Because I think you'll just keep going, and it'll be a Pyrrhic. How many cards have you got left in your hand?
I have 4.
Yeah. No, I think I'll stop there.
Okay.
Yeah, this probably might be a mistake, but anyway. So second movement. Because that was my second action.
That was your
wasn't
second
it?
action. Yeah. Morning, Mike.
Was that my second
Thank you
action?
for
Yeah, it
popping
was,
in.
wasn't it? No, actually, that was my first action, wasn't it? Because that was.
What did
Oh,
you
no.
do? What did you do this turn?
That was stand fast. I played that when you attacked into me. So because I met that, so no, that was actually my first.
Oh, that's your first action.
Yeah.
Did you not do one?
No,
of those?
because I was thinking about doing that pack thing down there, but I didn't have any
Didn't
packed
do that
infantry.
one?
No,
that was last turn.
No, I did that ages ago.
Yeah.
No, that was my first action.
Okay.
So.
If that wasn't Bill's first action, let us know in the chat.
I think. Seems a waste. No.
You can just draw a card,
Yeah.
or you could discard a card to conscript.
I think I might discard
So discard 1 card to conscript a infantry,
I could
2
do
cards
that.
to deploy a tank, infantry, or fleet. Sorry, tank, airplane, or fleet.
No, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to play this, the continuation war, attack into Karelia or Petras of the Dosk, which is into there. Oh no, I can't.
You can't do.
Oh, come on, Bill. Right, no, I am going to discard a card. But it's got to be
Conscript?
but it's got to be
Yeah, it has to match.
of the
Yeah.
match, isn't it?
I believe so. Let's just check. Production initiative.
Yeah, of its faction, no, it does have to be.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, I'm going to draw a card.
Okay. And then second movement.
Yeah. So tanks. I think I need to keep those tanks together. So no second movement.
Okay. And then you draw.
Up to two more cards.
Yeah. Right. Well. First movement. A little bit dicey in there. Okay, I'd rather go. I have any first movement. So, my first action is going to be the Terran Conference. Draw 2 cards and take another action.
Very nice.
Okay, right. So the other action I'm going to take is the IL-2 Sturmovich. Deploy a Soviet airplane in each of 2 different Victory Star spaces east of the 1939 line. Right, and then my second action is going to be to deploy a Soviet fleet in a water space that is not adjacent to another water space. Okay, and that now flips over to eliminate a Soviet fleet from any space to attack Romania or Bessarabia with a Soviet force. So I literally eliminate a fleet from anywhere to attack either there or there with a Soviet force. Okay?
That's a bit weird.
Ian's in the chat. Hi, Ian. Yes, you draw up to 3 cards. Yes, to a maximum of 5, but no more than 3. Yeah, we got that.
Right. Yes, this is I think this is the. So it's now.
It's now the winter of 1942.
So there is no sustained attacking in winter.
No.
But so first movement. I think this is possibly the German high water mark. So I think it's probably time to take advantage of it. So I'll move those into there. This might be the only chance I'll have to get to Moscow. I might put a tank into there. That force.
Okay. So that's 2 separate forces.
That's 2 separate forces in there, yeah. Right. And then they'll stay as they are. Okay, let's attack with the pack force.
Okay.
So I'm attacking with the pack force from here.
Attack with the packed force, then
Moscow.
if it is not a spring turn, you may move 1 piece from the attacking force. Oh, right, you get a free advance, basically.
Yeah,
so that packed force of 2 infantry and an airplane are attacking here.
Yeah.
And this can't support.
No.
Okay, right. So I am going to... Where's all my troops? Where's my infantry gone? It's got loads of planes. So I'll remove a plane.
I'm going to continue the attack.
So I'll play anti-air on that.
I will continue the
Don't think
attack.
you can.
Because why? Because you removed a
Because
plane.
I removed a plane.
Right, okay.
So you have to remove a plane in order to continue the attack.
Got it. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not, or a fleet, but I haven't got a fleet. But I haven't got a fleet in there, right?
No.
Okay, so that's the end of that attack then.
Yeah, if the defender removes an airplane as the result of the attack, you can use anti-air to continue without removing a piece. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, I think that's right. Ian says, something I heard earlier, you do have to do everything on the card unless the action is optional. Okay, right, thank you.
Okay. Well, I thought I didn't do it in the end, did I? So,
you didn't, no.
No. Right. Okay, well, the Panzer Grenadiers are going to have a go now. So that was my first action.
Yeah.
Second action, attacking
Attack
Moscow.
the German force containing both an infantry and a tank.
And if it's not and then it's
a
not
similar
a sprint
thing.
turn, yeah. So they're going into.
So you've got
Moscow.
an infantry, two tanks,
and
and an airplane. Okay. Check something. Okay, so I'll remove plate.
I will sustain the attack.
I'll remove plane.
I will will sustain the attack.
Can't. I removed a plane.
Oh, duh. Close, so close. This is what happened. They got to the gates of Moscow.
Yeah.
Well, I think 30 or 40 miles away, and then so there's unless I can't sustain
need a
attack in
sustain
winter,
attack card.
but I can't do it in winter anyway because you can't sustain attack
That's
in winter.
true.
So that's the end of that. So
You didn't play a sustain attack there? Oh no, that was the attack.
That was the card.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the end of my
Second
2 actions. Second movement. I think I need to keep those tanks. Oh yeah, I'll move that tank into there. Keep that German force together. And that is it for movement. So they're all in supply. I think that was it. I think that was that's as far as the Germans got historically. Well, actually, they got a bit further because they actually got as far as the Volga, but Army Group Centre is not done well.
Okay, right. So first movement. No movement. Yeah, no, I think we're okay for now. Right. So, actions. First action, command economy. Draw 3 cards. Then discard 1 card and deploy a Soviet piece in a land space east of the 1939 line. So I'm going to discard that card to deploy a piece. It's another plane in Moscow. Right. Second action. Is to play the Airborne Corps, deploy a Soviet infantry in a space with a Soviet airplane, then attack with a force containing that infantry, and then move that infantry into the attacked space. So I'm going to attack from Kiev into Lvov.
Yeah, I'll take the plane off.
Okay, I will remove a plane to continue.
I will retreat.
And then I get to advance, move that infantry into the attacked space. Okay, that was my 2 actions. I'll draw 2 cards and then score.
No, I've gained 1 more, haven't I? So I think does that make it? Because I gained Leningrad after last
So it
time.
was
So 1, 2, 3,
It was 10,
4,
7,
5,
wasn't it?
6, 7, 8, 9. So I've got 9.
Oh, because you took that back.
Yeah.
Oh,
1, 2,
so I think I'm
3,
down.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
7, 8.
So
Yeah,
it's
'cause
just
I'm down too.
Yeah. So yeah.
So 8
and 9.
and 9.
Yeah, I think to be honest though, I suspect the way the game's run,
There's 2 more scoring
The
rounds.
German needs to be ahead by this phase, I suspect.
Spring of 1943.
Yeah.
Cannot play advance.
Right, no advances. So movements.
think Moscow's days are now numbered.
Sun Tzu. I'm going to move a tank into there. No, I moved it back the other way before. He's like what was Grouchy in the Battle of Waterloo, marching between one battlefield and another. Actually, no, that doesn't make sense. Come on, Bill, don't be silly. That's not the thing to do. No, we'll do it with infantry. This infantry will move into there. This infantry will move into here. I think these will have to stay as they are. No, maybe move one. I'll move one infantry into Hungary. Try and hold the line. So actions.
Yep.
I'm going to deploy a German tank in a space containing German infantry and then take another action. Deploy a tank into there. And then take another action.
Is Novgorod still Axis controlled? Yes, it is. That should be that way, shouldn't it? Yeah, because you moved in there. Yeah, thank you. Well spotted.
No, I've still got two actions, so I might. This is where the cards don't do great. Let's do that. Forced labour. You get a victory point. I get to draw 3 cards.
Okay.
And the new one is Per Vitin. The Allies gain 1 victory point, move a German infantry, and then take another action. Okay. So it's not quite as strong as that.
You do have one more action.
I do have one more action. And I'm going to play this one, the Royal Romanian Navy. I'm going to deploy a packed fleet adjacent to Romania.
Oh. Well, that's interesting. So that fleet cannot interdict here. I don't believe fleets can interdict into land. So I've still got a supply route back to here. But yeah, okay.
And that's me done for action. So
okay.
I couldn't do any attacks, unfortunately. So, and I've got 5 cards in my hand.
Everything's in supply?
And everything's in supply, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
All good?
All good.
So I'll do initial movement. Just don't know how risky to take it because of that. Yeah. That's yours as well. Were you ever in here? I don't think you were.
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay, initial movement done. First action, I'm going to play Brothers and Sisters. Deploy a Soviet infantry in each of 3 different victory star spaces east of the 1939 line. So one there. One there. And I think we'll have one here as well. Right, and my second action is to play the IS-2 heavy tank. Eliminate an Axis tank adjacent to a Soviet tank. And then if it's not winter, which is not, You may attack the space from which the tank was eliminated.
You cad. I shall retreat. Oh, sorry. Hang on. Don't do that.
Oh, yeah.
I will retreat.
Retreat. So
that must be that. That's the only thing. It's just the.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if the colours were a bit more distinct.
A little bit distinct. Yeah.
Between the pack cards and the.
And the icon in the top left is very similar as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it is.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. I can't advance because it's spring. So that's my 2 actions done. I'll draw 2 cards.
This is interesting, isn't it? The Battle of the Two Capitals.
Summer of 1943.
Right. This is interesting. Okay. I need to do something to... There must be...
James has popped in. Hi, James. Thank you for popping in.
There must be something I can do here. Okay. So movement first.
Yeah. Rachel's here as well. Hi, Rachel.
So you don't think the fleet can interdict Sevastopol?
I believe fleets cannot interdict into land spaces, but we'll
okay,
just check that. I'm thinking about it thematically.
Yeah.
Fleets and airplanes can interdict supply in adjacent water spaces, and infantry, tanks, and airplanes can interdict supply in adjacent land spaces. So fleets can do sea, infantry and tanks can do land, airplanes can do both.
I think this might be... So I can't really allow you to just march willy-nilly into Berlin. But I think I can move that lot into there.
Mm-hmm. That's yours.
And I might retreat my pact to Novgorod. And they can be so that's that movement. I think that might be I'm gonna move that one back into Warsaw.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, move.
Run away.
Right. So that's
First
actions. So you get a victory point.
Thank you.
And I think that's done. And I get 2 infantry in Berlin. That's my first action, so that's gone. Oh, you've got you have a control mark.
There's mine, yeah.
Absolutely.
For now.
A bit weird, but I'm going to. Flip this card to its other side,
Okay.
because I can just flip it to. Actually, no, I won't. No, I'll use this power. This makes more sense. I'm not gonna do this thing.
So you
I'm
discard
gonna
a card. So
card.
I don't see that card technically.
Okay, and then I'm going to deploy a German fleet in the West Baltic Sea.
Put discard part sideways there.
And then flip it.
Okay.
There we are.
All done.
Yeah, that's me done. Oh no, it's not. So that's action's done, and now it's second movement. So let's
You're gonna take Kiev.
let's take Kiev.
With 3 tanks.
Yeah.
So that has now put all of these out of supply.
Well, you can go through Sevastopol.
No, because you're interdicting.
Oh yeah, I am now interdicting. Yeah. So you might want to do something about that.
I might want to do something about that. But it's out of supply, so it can't attack. So I think I might have I might have screwed up this game. If you're out of supply, you can't attack. No, it's okay. I think I can. I can move these two to here, where they will be in supply.
Yeah.
And then I can move those two into there,
Yeah.
where they will be in supply.
Yeah.
So I can do it by running away, but I believe I cannot currently attack with these. I will check with the chat that that's correct. Okay, that's not legal. You have to leave guys in Brest and Smolensk. Do you have to? Oh, have we been playing it completely wrong? Right, Ian said you have to leave guys in Brest and Smolensk. So what have we been missing? We may have been missing a fundamental rule.
This must be a movement thing.
Is that a particular card or a movement rule? We may have been playing it all wrong. If we have, I apologise. So movement. What I thought you could. Okay, so supply. Oh, right. Okay, so hang on. Yeah, it's supply. So I'm interdicting into that space.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also interdicting into that space.
Oh, right,
So
okay.
I'm interdicting into these two spaces, which means they would be out of supply. Ah, right. So you can't do that. Good point. Didn't realise that.
So I couldn't have actually I couldn't have done that second
So-
movement.
You could have moved from there into there. Oh, no, you couldn't, because that's interdicting.
So I could have left one in there.
You could have left one in there,
and done it that way.
and now you've got a supply route. Yeah, through there or through there, because I'm only interdicting into
Yeah.
there, so you can take a supply route. But if you were to leave there, I would interdict into this space. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll do it that way then.
So did you want to move one or both of those out, or?
I suppose it makes sense to move into Brest, doesn't it, like that? And then I've just got everything. Yeah,
Okay.
it's forcing you to attack.
But my situation is still the same. Those are still
Yeah.
out of supply
Yeah.
because you're interdicting
Yeah.
into Sevastopol. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we've got it. I think we've understood it. Thank
Right.
you.
Yes, good. Yes, it is.
I thought we'd got the movement rules completely wrong.
Yeah,
Though.
right. Yeah, understood. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I thought I'd pulled off some magnificent, almost Hannibal-esque maneuver. Then it's not quite so great,
Okay. So
but it does. Yeah,
movement.
it does.
I'm gonna move
take
that into
some
there.
Pressure off
Yeah, definitely.
Berlin.
And I am going to move into there.
Yeah, so I don't think Moscow is going to fall somehow.
You could have taken it earlier.
It would have
was
left me.
close.
It would have left me completely. Because you can always get troops back, can't you? That's the thing.
I think so.
I think you tend to be quite good at recruiting.
Right. So I'm going to have to move these. So they can move, but they can only move into a space which is in supply, and that
Yeah.
space is in supply through here, or even through. Oh no, that's interdicting into there.
That's interdicting into there.
Oh, hang on. We might have completely messed this up then. All right. So yeah, so they're into. I forgot. There's that bit. So they're interdicting into here. So these are all out of supply. In general, you will do better to make. Yeah. So I can move that into there. Instead of moving it into there, I'll move it into there. And then I can move them two into there, which is now in supply.
Yes. Yeah.
And then I can move these into here.
Which are now in supply. Yeah.
So, right. And I will move that one into there. Okay, so that's my first movement step done. So currently, everything is in supply. Just, I don't like Kiev though. It's a bit worrying. Excuse me. Right. Let's play Where are we? We're in the summer. Play a T-34 medium tank. Deploy a Soviet tank in each of 2 different Victory Star spaces east of the 1939 line. So we'll put one in there. And we'll put one in there. And then my second action is to deploy a Soviet tank in a space containing a Soviet infantry. And then attack with a force containing both pieces. So we're going to go into Kiev with this.
And it's there's no sort of restrictions, is there, in terms of
No
cards you can
restrictions,
play?
and there's no planes or fleets supporting. So it's just these versus these.
Take off the tank. I can't do
I
anything
will
else.
take off a tank to continue.
Yeah, I'm afraid I've got no. I don't have a German retreat card.
Okay, so that tank comes off, and that battle is over. And then second movement step.
Yeah, this is where this is historically the turning point.
I think we're going to do that. I think that fleet supporting Moscow means it's a bit safer. Okay. Right. And then everything's in supply. Draw the card. That was a little worrying there.
Yeah, that was the last gasp, because I think the front's going to stabilise now, isn't it? So it's going to be a bit more grindy, I suspect, because I can't see any major breakthroughs coming up there now. I mean, I suppose that you could do sort of like a tank dash around the outside. Okay. Right, so movement. Let's shore up this front. So infantry moving out there. My one tank. Such a shame. My panzers, my glorious panzers. Okay. Get a victory point.
Me.
Yeah. Moving infantry into the Lvov.
That's the second time.
That's the second time that's gone
Yeah.
now. Yeah. And I'm just gonna have to. Oh no, actually, so I can get rid of stuff to recruit, can't I? And it's 2 to recruit a tank, isn't it?
Tank, airplane, or fleet.
Infantry is probably just as important.
And there's a restriction on the recruiting, on the conscription.
Sorry, Paul.
There's a restriction on the conscription.
Oh, actually, no. It's irrelevant because it's got to be the same. It's got to be the same type as the card you discard. Cards you discard, isn't it? Right. I'm going to. So that was my first action.
This piece must be deployed in or adjacent to a supply flag of its faction.
Yeah.
In or adjacent.
Yeah. I'm just going to draw a card. But don't sell anything from my face. I've just drawn a brilliant card.
I mean, you're drawing a card, but you're actually about to refill your hand anyway.
I know.
So effectively, you're passing your second action.
I know.
That's fine.
It's not fine. It's terrible. Oh no!
Right.
No. Oh, good. Rather right. And then second movement. I think this tank is just looking really exposed there. So I am going to withdraw to evolve.
Well, in that case, right, so I'll do my first movement. I'm going to move these two into here. I'm going to move these two into here. I'm going to move that into there. And we'll keep these here. Okay. Right, first movement's done. Okay, first action. I'm going to play Industrial Evacuation. So I draw a card, and then I'm placing the Gorky victory point marker. Well, victory star there. So it counts as a victory star.
Oh, right. So this is the time when
Yeah.
Stalin moved all of the industrial capacity beyond the Urals, which basically meant, you were going to continue to produce hordes of tanks to advance to come my way, which is
I am
what they're
then,
doing.
as my second action, going to play the Kursk Strategic Defensive Operation. Can only be played during your second action step. Deploy a Soviet infantry and 2 tanks. Oh, I don't have 2 tanks. Maybe I won't do that. Maybe I won't do that. No, I won't do that. I will instead play Stavka, draw a card, move a Soviet piece, and then take another action. The other action is to play Road of Life, deploy a Soviet infantry in Petrozavodsk. Now, that was yours?
That was mine, yeah. I should have said
so I can deploy in there.
So then that becomes controlled by you.
And a Soviet fleet in there. Okay, I believe that's it. And that's my actions. I did that, then I did that, take another action, did that. Draw 1 card. Winter of 1943.
It's looking dicey now. Right, so movement. Well, this, I think I'm going to have to give that up. Move back to Leningrad. Oh, I'm going to have to go up Smolensk. Okay, well, let's try and hold the line a bit. I'll move infantry there. That will move into there. I'm just going to force you to attack Smolensk. I'm supposed to get it back off me. So I think that's it for
First movement.
Then I'm going to get rid of this one. Deploy German infantry adjacent to the West Baltic Sea. So they can go into East Prussia. And that was my first action. And then railroad gauge conversion. Even though this is a packed card, it does say gain 1 victory point and then move an Axis infantry or tank any distance through land spaces I control.
Okay.
So that can move to Smolensk.
Get on the train.
On the train. And that's my second action. Second movement. I don't think there is any. So just draw a card.
Everything's in supply. Draw a card.
Yeah.
Right. My go. First movement. I think I'm going to move that tank to there. And I think that's it. Okay. So first action is to play General Winter. May only be played on a winter turn. Draw one card, and the axes must eliminate a German piece and a pact piece in land spaces east of the 1939 line.
I haven't got any, have I? Oh, yes, I do.
One of those.
So it's just, what was it? Just one axis in one pact.
One German piece and one pact piece.
I think that's. Oh, and that one.
Yeah.
Vicious. Oh, at least I've got some packed infantry back now.
Okay, and my second action is to do this. Not that, this. The Danube River Flotilla. So eliminate a Soviet fleet from any space to attack Romania or Bessarabia with a Soviet force.
Okay.
So you have 3 infantry. And you've got this.
Right, so you're a text, so I'm going to exchange.
Okay. And that is a pact exchange.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, and then you removed an infantry, didn't you? So I'm going to remove an infantry to continue. Remove an infantry to continue.
I will.
Does that rain?
I will retreat.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So second movement. So that's mine. And I believe this is now out of supply. So at the end of your go, that's going to disappear. I don't draw any cards, we score.
Right, so you've got Romania back now, haven't you? I've still got. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I've only got 7 there.
I think I'm on 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So no, I do still have Yugoslavia, don't I?
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So
8. Yeah. So I gained an extra one from here and one from here.
Oh
okay.
Yeah, because of your because of that. You know, that's a nice card.
Right. Spring of 1944.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be tricky for you.
Oh no, it's
pull back a 5-point deficit.
It's hard. I think the Germans have got to score really early, or it's a long old road. Right, so we need to.
I mean, if it is all over, we'll just play through it quickly.
Yeah, I mean,
unless you think there's a chance.
You never know.
Okay.
You might make a ridiculous mistake and allow me to to get you all out of supply.
For those people who don't know, if whenever you do the scoring, one team is 10 ahead, the game ends immediately.
Because we've actually only got one more.
We have one more scoring.
We've only got the scoring at the end, haven't
Yeah.
we? So, yeah. Well, let's see how it plays out. I do enjoy it. Right. So let's play this one. So packed. So I'm going to deploy a packed infantry adjacent to Romania.
In or adjacent to Romania.
So in Hungary, and then
move that infantry or attack with a force container
attacking
back into Romania.
Back into Romania.
And you can use this.
And I can use that to support the attack.
Yeah. Okay. Well. So I'll play stand fast.
Okay. So I will eliminate the fleet.
Don't think you can with the stand fast. Stand fast is one where you can only... Yeah, like we did earlier. Stand fast is the highest combat rank. So the only way that an attack can continue after a stand fast is with a sustain attack.
Right. And I haven't got a sustain attack. Damn it, Janet. Ooh. That was my first action, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear. Okay, let's do this one then. I'll deploy a packed infantry east of the 1941 line.
Yeah.
And then take another action. So I'll deploy back into Leningrad.
Yeah.
And I'll take another action, which will be to draw a card.
Okay. And then second movement.
Second movement with my one tank. No, I think I'll leave him
Actually,
there.
you couldn't have helped with that because he's out of supply. I believe.
Even for support.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that a unit that is out of supply cannot support.
Right, and then I'll.
But I might be wrong on maybe it can support defending, but it can't support attacking.
Support is the.
There's definitely something
supply
that I
is
read.
Definitely the issue.
Right. Unsupplied attacking airplanes and fleets cannot be used to continue an attack. Unsupplied defending airplanes and fleets can be used to support a battle in an adjacent space. Okay, so they can on defense.
So that's the end of my go. I've drawn up, so that's gone.
Yeah, end of your turn, that goes.
Okay, over to you.
So what you could have done is eliminated that first.
No, I couldn't have eliminated it though, could I?
No, you can. That's what we were saying.
Oh, I see what you mean. Right. I could have removed that piece.
Yeah, an unsupplied defending fleet can be used to support a battle in an adjacent space.
But it wasn't defending though.
No, it's an unsupplied piece, and it can support. Oh, you were attacking.
Yeah, I was attacking.
Oh, so you were attacking.
Yeah.
Sorry,
that was the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you were attacking.
Yeah.
If it was the other way around, if it was my fleet out of supply, I could have.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mistake.
No, it's,
right, my go.
It is quite. You need to be really focused with the supply, don't you?
Yeah,
really,
absolutely.
It's quite a tricky thing. It's good that it's in there because it does force you to behave. Historically.
Yeah. Right. So.
And it is Quartermaster General. It is about logistics.
I am going to do first movement. So, yeah, I think we'll do first movement. We'll do that. And we'll do that. And I'll do that. So first movement done.
Mm-hmm.
Right, first action. I'm going to play Hero of the Soviet Union. Eliminate a Soviet infantry in order to eliminate an adjacent Axis infantry or tank.
My last tank.
And then take another action. So I've still got 2 actions. The first one is going to be 5-year plan, which says may only be played if you have 3 or fewer cards in hand, which I do. Draw 3 cards and then take another action. Still not taking an action yet.
And I don't get a victory point for that, do I?
No, for that one. Right. So then I'm going to play snipers. Eliminate an Axis infantry or tank adjacent to a Soviet infantry. Get rid of that one. And we've got 1 action left. And I will play attack with the Soviet force, then take another action. We'll go into there.
I think Smolensk has fallen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't play advance, that's fine. But I do get another action. And I'm going to play Tito leads Yugoslav resistance. I gain 2 victory points unless you either eliminate an Axis piece in Yugoslavia or discard 3 cards.
I think I might discard 2 cards.
3 cards.
3 cards.
3 cards. Or I gain 2 points.
Well, I don't want that one. Don't want that one. And that one's irrelevant.
There we go. And then second movement, we'll move the tanks into Smolensk.
Yes.
Right. Summer of 1944.
Right. So movement. I think that's fairly safe at the minute. I think I might move one into the Baltic States. And I will deploy a packed infantry in a packed supply space, which is there. And I will deploy a German infantry in each of 2 different spaces that already contain a German piece.
Okay.
And then draw 3 cards.
Right. So first movement. Let's move that into there, that into there, there. Okay, first movement done. I'm then going to play Pripyat Partisans. Gain 2 points unless you either eliminate a piece in Mogilev, which you can't do, or discard 3 cards.
Oh, this is not fair. I'm not gonna take 3 cards.
I'll have 2 points. And then I'm going to play second action, Operation Orator, deploy a Soviet infantry, tank, and plane. Right. Fall of 1944. Your go.
Well, I'm getting to the end of we're pushed at least we're. Well, actually, this is actually about pretty much where they were historically. I think I probably had a weaker front line though. Right, so movements. Is it time to abandon? I'm not going to abandon Leningrad. That could be the site of my of my great comeback. That could be worthwhile though. Where is on? Ah, there we are. Okay. Right. So I'm actually not doing. We'll move infantry into there. We'll move 2 infantry into there. Right. So that's movement. Actions. I'm going to deploy a German aeroplane on a space I control, and then take another action. I do control Finland.
Yep.
Then for my first proper action, I'm going to play this. Convoy interdiction may only be played if a German aeroplane is in or adjacent to Finland. Gain 1 victory point. The Allies must eliminate a Soviet piece in or adjacent to Vologda, which is there. That was my first action. And then I'm going to use flamethrowers, my second action, to eliminate an Allied infantry or tank adjacent to German infantry. So I'm going to eliminate that tank there. And that's the end of my go. There's no second movement because I have no tanks and draw 3 cards.
So I'll do my first movement.
Oh, that's interesting. It's interesting. I've noticed. I mean, it's not. I don't think it's giving anything away, but you get some orders. They're related to either Germany or the Pact, but they also have other. Sometimes they have other statements as well. So it only applies in like certain regions.
Yeah,
which is quite clever.
Yeah,
because I noticed this. Yeah, there's quite a lot. The Finnish are very good at defending their home territory, which is what they did historically.
Right, I've done my first movement. My first action is the Studebaker, Duis and half truck. May only be played if it's not spring. Attack with a force containing a Soviet infantry, and then you may move that infantry into the attacked space. So we're going to attack into Brest from here.
Okay.
Okay. I will continue.
And I will retreat. Retreat to there.
And that one moves in.
Oh, what was that? You did
the card.
Oh, you got advances as well. Yeah. The Russians are getting their mojo back towards the end of the war. They're much more mobile.
I will play Guards Armies, deploy a Soviet infantry in a space with a Soviet tank. And then you may attack with a force containing both pieces. And we'll go into the Baltic states.
So if you got into there...
You've got 2 fleets defending.
They're in supply.
They're in supply.
And the fleets are in supply. Because they can go back to there. It's not looking great though, is it? Okay, so you're taking into the Baltic states. I have nothing I can do about that, I'm afraid.
Well, you've got those 2 if you wanted.
Absolutely. Sorry, correct. I'll get rid of the fleet.
Okay, so if you get rid of the fleet, I will play naval combat.
Which means, is that the same as like air combat?
That didn't happen.
Okay.
So you could get rid of the other fleet and hope I don't have another one in hand.
I quite like that, but I'm going to hold on to St. Petersburg.
Second movement.
Yep. And they come. The Soviet tanks are coming.
And they go into there. That's going to go into Karelia. And that's it for second movement. So I will draw 3 cards and we go into the winter of 1944.
Can I get to the one? Oh no, what am I doing?
Not yet.
Not yet. I am happy to resign at this point.
Yeah.
Because it's
going
to be a slow grind, and it's not. I've got no.
And we've got another game to play.
And we've got another game to play. I've got no. No, I can't get enough reinforcements to even to mount a counter attack.
So that turn where you almost took Moscow, and I said, "Did you want to continue the attack?" and you went, "No." I had nothing in my hand at that point.
No, I know, but even
Well-
if I'd taken it, I think.
Well, if
I
you'd
wouldn't
taken it,
have got-
I wouldn't have had any troops left.
Yeah,
I had nothing.
but you would have been able to reinforce. You don't think?
I don't think so. It was, yeah. At the
I
point
mean,
you
I didn't
take
actually.
it,
I did.
I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, I didn't. I would. I would have had to lose because you still had 2 planes there, didn't you? I mean, you would have lost. I mean,
yeah, you would have lost Mo.
I
You would have had 2 tanks. I think you'd have had 2 tanks in Moscow, and I would have had.
Would I have had
almost
that
nothing.
many?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I just thought that's just going to be.
But
Yeah.
your first actual game of it,
Yeah.
and there is. It might appear to be a light game. It was not a light game.
Oh no,
but it's not an overly complicated game.
No.
But the tactics and the strategy and understanding how the supply works and the use of the cards, it's a lot deeper.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and quite right too. No, I really like it.
Yeah.
And it does play out historically. I mean, obviously, it doesn't force you to do exactly.
No.
It doesn't have to be, but it does give the Germans really do have to make early inroads.
Yeah.
I think, because otherwise, time is on the Russian side, isn't
Yeah.
it?
When I've played this with Germany, you have to make a big push at the start.
Yeah. And either, I presume,
You need to be scoring more than the Russians here
Yeah.
because eventually I think they will build
and
up.
obviously Moscow's a big magnet, but also, I mean, I suppose you've got to commit one way or the
Mm.
other. But then, you did your counterattack round here, made it difficult.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting because I think you doing that there meant that I couldn't focus quite as many forces on the
Yeah.
northern attack.
Yeah.
And also, I did get halfway through the game. All I had in my hand were pack cards.
Right.
No German cards at all.
Right.
And I actually wanted you to attack me down there because it would be
So you had the cards.
Well, because a lot of the cards meant I had to put a packed infantry down,
And you didn't have any.
and I didn't have any
Yeah.
packed infantry in reserve. So that was annoying.
Yeah.
But then I think knowing the game now, you'd throw cards away to recruit, and then so you could
Potentially. Yeah.
draw other
What
cards.
I potentially could have done in the mid part of the game when I wasn't attacking and I was in a position to attack is actually discard 2 cards to attack. But the reason I didn't is those cards were like, oh, put 2 infantry here. And I'm like, no, I'm saving them.
They are so valuable
Because I know I'm going to need them.
Yeah, and if you don't have any cards in your hand when it's not your turn,
Yes.
you are vulnerable.
You are vulnerable. Yeah, and that's what I love about the card system
Yeah.
is that it has the reactions on and they're just as important as the actual cards themselves for the actions.
And I think you can certainly get to know which cards. Actually, that's much more powerful than you think.
Yeah.
Hang on to that one.
Yeah.
That's that can come in really useful.
Right, we are going to have a short break. We're going to get them food and then we will be back at probably 3:30 with the next stream, which actually is already set to go live at 3 o'clock, but I'm going to change that now. So we will be playing South Front at 3:30. Join us then. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you all in about half an hour for the next one.